Hey, 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 it is Charvette Mitchell. Thank you so much for popping in with us for this weekly training. 5 ways events help your marketing. I am Charvette Mitchell. I work with high achieving women entrepreneurs. Sometimes a few lucky men get sprinkled in to help them generate more revenue by focusing on their marketing, their visibility, and their branding. And one of the ways that I do that is with this community, the marketing tips with Charvette. And so we're going to get started right after this quick sponsor intro because I know the algorithm is sending out messages and sending out notifications saying, hey, come on in and tune in. And we'll get right into our topic 5 ways events help your marketing. And one of them you might not have thought of before. Here we go. There is something incredibly powerful about women business owners and leaders connecting. I mean, really connecting. Yes, online networking is great and it's convenient. However, there is nothing like the energy and vibe of meeting in person. It cannot be replaced. If you thrive in community, I encourage you to connect with and pursue your tribe. Maybe that's with a group of friends. Perhaps that is a local networking event or with women you connect with through a business program or cohort. Someone asked me, why do you host conferences and retreats and encourage your clients to do the same? I responded with a quote from event leader and small business advocate, Lauren Casilia. Your audience needs to know each other and you need to be the connector. My hope for high achieving women entrepreneurs is that they have a safe space to be heard, to be seen, and to be free. All right. Hey there. Hey there. Welcome back. That was just a little bit about why I host events. And our topic for the month of June has been all about events, all about events. So welcome to all those that are coming on in. We see you. Hello, LaShawanda coming on in from Houston. Thank you so much for being here. And for those that are maybe even listening to this a little bit later, we still shout you out as well. And if you're new to me and new to this community, let me just share a little bit about myself. I started off the top of the hour just talking about my tagline that I work with high achieving women entrepreneurs, and it's all around helping them generate more revenue by focusing on their marketing, their visibility, and their branding. And I also want to share that I am a graduate of Virginia Commonwealth University. Go VCU Rams with a bachelor's degree in marketing. I spent 25 years in corporate America, mainly in training and development. Walked away February 2nd, 2018, and have been a full-time entrepreneur ever since. I host the Charvette Mitchell radio show. We just crossed over our 700 and second episode was on Tuesday. So some of you might be here because of that. I produce book collaborations. There's some books over my shoulder there, and I am going on to my 6th book collaboration we just released this year, Prepare for Purpose. So I'm excited that I joined forces with clients and we produce book collaborations. I also produce events and conferences. I'm coming up on my 7th conference this November, live here in Richmond, Virginia, the Platform Builder Summit. The theme is Amplify your brand and boost your profits. And that is the sponsor for this month weekly training session. So go ahead and register. Plan to be with us in Richmond, Virginia, 4 Points by Sheraton, just 6 miles or so from the airport if you're flying in. Platformbuildersummit.com. You can pay in full for your early bird ticket, or you can even do a 3-part payment. So we have it all set up for you. So today, in this exclusive weekly training, thank you for the hearts that are coming up. We're going to be talking about 5 ways events help your marketing. marketing of your service, marketing of your product, marketing of your organization. Want you to think about and lean into how to think about events and how they help with your marketing and all of that. All right. And so, let's jump right on in because we have 5 things and I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes. I commit to you to do that. And so one of the first things that is really beneficial and something that I think that we don't think about a lot, in particular in entrepreneurship. So I want you to think in a corporate role, typically there's training provided for you. There's some type of training classes that you're going to. There's some type of seminars that you are asked to attend or that space is made available for you to attend. And so a lot of times in a corporate setting and on a job, there is training or the thought process of how do we continue to develop employees and associates, right? Well, guess what? In entrepreneurship, you have to actually be thinking about that for yourself. And so, one of the ways that when we look at and thinking about events and how they help your marketing, they are a way for you to learn and definitely develop and learn professionally and develop individually. And that space oftentimes happens by way of some type of event. It can be a full conference, it can be a summit like we're hosting, a 3-day summit, it could be a networking event. So, what happens when you think about marketing? We're always in the space of learning, right? Thank you for those that are coming in. I see you coming on in as we are chatting about our topic today 5 ways events help with your marketing. Marketing, we're always learning, right? There's always another tool or there's always a strategy that's out there. And so, you want to think about the way events help your marketing is that it's helping you learn. There's some tool, there's some strategy that you're able to learn, and you have to be intentional and think about that as an entrepreneur. The second thing, and the second way that events help with your marketing is brand exposure. Brand exposure. So, what do I mean? There's a couple ways that you can take this. So, I want to know in the chat if you're watching live or later, if you have been to an event, small or large, and you had an opportunity to share your elevator pitch. You either had an opportunity to stand up and share what you do, who you are, or maybe it was a breakout session and you were in a at a table and they ask you to introduce yourselves. So that is a way to raise awareness when you attend events. You're able to, in most cases, there's some outlet where you can talk about who you are, what you do, and what you bring to the table. Let me capture some comments. I see, hey, Lisa, thank you for being here. And she is already witnessing and testifying and saying, yes, absolutely. Hey, Sabrina, we see you popping on in. So brand exposure, because at an event, many times, right? Absolutely. Many times when you're attending events, you have an opportunity to share what you do, if it's even the person sitting next to you or if it's at the mic. I know that I've attended conferences, and this is something that I'm implementing at my next conference, where when you come to the mic to ask a question, you have to give your quick elevator speech. Now, you're not giving your life story, but when you come up to the mic to ask a question, then you have to tell like who you are, what you do, then you ask your question. Well, we will be doing that at the Platform Builder Summit because listen, success leaves clues, right? So there's brand exposure opportunities when you think about attending events, that there are people and there are others that need to know about what you do, and you have an opportunity to get more exposure for your brand. In addition, for those of you that are speakers, so if you speak, then that is an event is a place for you to broaden the brand of your organization, your services, your products, because you're out in front of an audience and you're speaking. So there's a couple ways with that. Hello, mom, she's popping on in. Hey, girl, hey. All right, so that's the second thing as we think about how events definitely can help with your marketing. Let's move on to number 3. One thing that is really great about events and you deciding the types of events that you're going to be attending is that events have a targeted audience reach. So, in most cases, an event attracts a certain type of event attendee. It's not just kind of like everybody, right? Like an expo, you might have a lot of different people. But if it's a business event, if it's a networking event, if it's a brunch, if it's a seminar, Typically there is a topic or a theme. So like the theme for my summit, the Platform Builder Summit, is amplify your brand and boost your profits. So people that are attending are interested in raising the visibility of their brand. Also, how do I make some more money? How do I keep more of the money that I have? And so that's a targeted audience reach. And so that's one of the benefits, because as we think about marketing, we are always trying to be intentional about getting in front of the right audience, right? We're always intentional about getting in front of our target audience. Hey, Gwen, thank you so much for popping on in. Matter of fact, tonight is the second session for the new Platform Builder clients, season 7, and we're going to be talking actually about target audience tonight in Avatar. So an event is really great because in general the type of audience that's going to be there. Well, guess what? If that audience aligns with your product or your service, that's a good space for you to be in. That's a good place for you to be in, because you may be sitting to the right or to the left, in front or in back of your next customer or your next connection. So that's a powerful thing. And one of the reasons why we think about 5 ways that going to a event helps with your marketing. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving here. All right. Speaking engagement. So I just alluded a little bit to that in number 2 with the brand exposure. So typically when you speak, and those of you that are speaking or planning to lean into speaking, you are doing that at an event, big or small, medium, large, whatever size. Speaking engagements happen at events. So that's one of the main things that's going to help with your marketing, because speaking by far is the quickest way to establish rapport. And when you establish rapport quicker, then it's quicker or an easier route to actually convert somebody to a customer. So if you're in person, video is the next one. But if you're in person, that is the most direct way to establish rapport and convert someone to a customer. Well, a lot of times when you speak, you get to showcase your expertise and share that you know what you're talking about. And it's a billboard for your business. It's a walking and talking billboard for your business. So Lisa, I'm capturing, definitely a good place to be in. Absolutely. So, if you haven't thought about speaking, then I'd encourage you to lean into that. If you are currently speaking, I encourage you to think about more speaking and look for events where it's a good match with what you offer, your subject matter, and then also a good match with the audience that's going to be there. So, speaking as a part of events is one of the ways that will help your marketing. So, if you're just coming on in, hey, I'm Charvette Mitchell, and we're hanging out here in the Marketing Tips with Charvette Facebook community. And this is our weekly training, which is brought to you by and sponsored by my 7th in-person conference that's coming up November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Richmond, Virginia. November 2nd is for VIPs only, and that's sold out. But November 3rd and 4th, we have seats available for you. And you can absolutely, thank you for the hearts that are coming up. You can absolutely grab your early bird ticket, $175, or you can do 3 payments of like $58. So there you go. And so hence why we're talking about events, right? All right. So let's jump right back on in. Here's one that you might not have thought about related to your marketing. You might not have thought about this. When you attend events, it gives you content marketing. You are able, if you think about it the right way, and if you capture the moment, you can have a event be a content generation episode for you. So you just going to events, capturing photos, taking quick reels and videos, showing where you are as a business owner. Guess what? People like to do business with those that they feel like are smart and are leaders in their field and are growing and evolving. Well, you investing in your personal development and professional development shows the world that you're somebody that people want to work with. But guess what? If you go and nobody knows you went, that opportunity has gone off the wall. So when you think about any type of event, small or large, you're going to, you want to think, I need to create content. This needs to be a content generation activity. So make sure you kind of capture yourself there. Also, if there are nuggets or things that are said that inspire you to think about something, it might inspire you to create a blog post or create a video. Capture that and then certainly give reference back to the event, but then go ahead and generate that type of content. You might be sitting next to somebody that you've been interacting with online for like how many years and you're meeting them in person. You might even be meeting customers in person at events that you didn't even know you were going to get a chance to meet. You could potentially grab a live testimonial. So when we think about how ways that an event helps your marketing, it is a content generation mechanism. And that's how you want to think about every single event you go to. If you pay attention to my pages, and I hope you do, I hope you're following me. Instagram is Charvette M, Facebook is Charvette, YouTube, hey YouTube, YouTube, it's Charvette. Typically in my stories, I'm going to always be capturing kind of like behind the scenes of any type of event that I attend. And then I may even do like a compilation reel or TikTok that's based off of the event. Why? Because I don't want to lose that opportunity. Here's the flip side. Here's the flip side. If you are hosting events, so then you still want to make this a content generation thing. So, for instance, we hosted a business retreat for our platform builder clients that technically graduated in June, and some of our mastermind clients. And so there, certainly, I was in the frame of mind of giving great content, delivering on the content that we had planned for the retreat. But towards the end, I was like, hey, Dr. Tab, would you mind doing a quick video testimonial? Hey, Erica, would you mind doing a quick video testimonial? And so then I was able just to pull up my phone and grab live video. So if you are hosting events, then you want to be thinking about it's a content creation mechanism in mode for you. So Lisa said, oh, that's true. Number 5, I need to be better at generating it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Lisa saying, I check out your post. Absolutely. Absolutely. And also Lisa saying several of my coaching clients come from times I speak at in-person events and online videos. Well, there you go. Live testimonial right there. So it is content creation. So I guaranteed I'll give you 5 ways. Let me recap for you real quick. 5 ways events help with your marketing. Number 1, events are a great place for your learning and professional development. Remember, as an entrepreneur for your business, whether you're working a full-time job or not, you still have to think about learning and developing and professional development for your business. Events are a great place to gather that and gain that. Events can help with brand exposure because you'll have opportunities to do your elevator pitch or tell the people at your table who you are, what you do. When you stand up and ask a question at the Platform Builder Summit, I'm going to have you in the mic say your elevator pitch before you ask your question. So brand exposure is great there. Also, we want to think about events. There's a targeted audience reach. You know, when you're attending different events, in general, what type of audience is going to be there. And so you can make really great intentional decisions about the type of events that you're going to be doing. Those of you that are speakers, listen, we know that speaking is a marketing, or if you don't know, you should know by now, or I'm telling you now, speaking is definitely a marketing activity that generates leads and customers for you. And so those happen at an event, right? So you want to be looking for speaking opportunities. You also want to be looking for content creation and think about every time you go to an event, I need to create content. How do I tie that content into my brand? How do I tie that content into things that my customers are going to be interested in, right? Thanks for the thumbs up. LaShawana saying, yeah. And LaShawana said, I used to attend your conferences as credit for, listen, and I think it's got cut off. Okay, here we go. I use your conference to get credit for maintaining my certification. Thank you for saying that. That is beautiful. Absolutely. So for some of you, there you have, depending on your industry, there is a requirement that you continue developing yourself, continue gaining skills and knowledge. And so thank you for bringing that up. Elisha Wanda. Yes. And so so many skip. Number 1, the development is crucial. You absolutely need that leadership development, that personal development, content creation. Now, there's a bonus that I just wanted to throw in. I promised 5, but there's a bonus. One of the things that is incredibly powerful, and this is why I'm really intentional about the type of content that I produce. That's why I call myself an event producer, not a host, not a. I produce content and produce speakers for this summit that I do, and that's why I've been sharing. If you've noticed, are y'all excited about the speaker shout outs we've been sharing? Are y'all excited about that? And so I made sure this is a elevation, I would say, from the last time I hosted an event. I've been putting the speakers' topics, I've been putting the speakers' full bios, so you know the type of content of the sessions that'll be taking place. But here's what's powerful. In general, most of the sessions are also going to have a Q&A period where you'll get to ask the speaker questions. And one of the benefits of as we think about ways that events help with your marketing, events can help you get feedback. So if there's something that you feel like you're doing and it's not working with your marketing, a speaker, you could stand up and ask a question and a speaker could give you some feedback. Or it could be validation that you're going the right way, that you're going in the right direction. And feedback and validation are priceless. They are completely, completely priceless. Those things happen at in-person events. They might happen online, but I can tell you as a speaker, and those that are speakers, shout out. I am more inclined at an event to answer questions and answer more questions than I am on a Facebook Live if you are not a client. That's just real talk. That's just real talk right there. But at an event, this is where this feedback happens. Hey, those that are, I see you all just coming on in. I'm wrapping up. So catch the replay. But just throwing out a bonus tip around one of the ways that events help your marketing, with you being in a room and being with speakers, being with even other on that people that aren't speakers, because everyone literally in a room, especially if it's an entrepreneur event, everybody has something to share. But if you being able to get feedback on something that you're doing is priceless, or somebody validating that you're going in the right direction, or something you were thinking about doing, and you might hear somebody hit the stage and say, you know what, I started doing XYZ and now, I'm 10 steps ahead and it worked. And then that validates that. So let me know if that resonates with you all. I think that is really a powerful bonus tip that I threw in, if I say so myself. So yes, Lisa is excited. She has her ticket. Let me answer this question. When I speak over, or comment, when I speak over the years, people ask me questions for feedback and encouragement. Yes, it's feedback and encouragement. Sometimes we forget in this entrepreneurial journey like that, there is a need for encouragement. Would you all not agree? Like there is a need. There are times where you just need encouragement. You just need, even if you're like, this feels like it's not really working. If there are other people saying, you know what, I'm feeling the same thing. That's one of the things that really is powerful about events. So LaShawanda, who is one of our VIP guests, she said, I can't wait. I can't wait. It is coming. It's coming. It's coming. I prefer answering in person to more than in live. Yeah, definitely. You will notice speakers, and we are steps away from signing the contract with kind of the keynote speaker, if you will. And I promise you, you can't just run up on that person's live or in their inbox and ask them questions, but you will have time to ask a few questions there. And let me just say this. And I heard a business strategist say this, and I'm wrapping up right now. I heard a business strategist, Allison Bird, say this: when you have the opportunity, and you're in a room with leaders, or in the room with people that are high profile, and there's an opportunity for you to ask a question, always have a question to ask. Always have a question to ask. So I'll just leave that tip. Yes, LaShawanda said that events are inspiring and energizing and actionable. And I will be speaking several times during the event. So I'm announcing all the speakers that's coming down the pipe, but I will hit the stage no less than 4 times. So listen, sis, even if you come just to see and hear me, even if you come just for me, honey, it is well worth what you're paying for this 2-3 day conference. Well worth it. So I'll be hitting the stage at least 4 times. during the conference. All right, so it's a wrap. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Great information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fire, fire, fire. And again, so if you're like, Charvette, I'm just kind of hearing about stuff, like what's going on. This weekly training is brought to you by my 7th in-person event. It used to be called the Pop-Up Conference. So those of you that are like having flashbacks, like, is this the same thing? Yes, we've rebranded to the Platform Builders Summit. And so it's a 3-day event. The first day is for our VIP guests. VIPs are sold out, but then we have 2 full days, Friday and Saturday, like 8:30 a.m. in the morning to like 5 or 6, about 6. And then you get to use the evenings to network and all of that great stuff. It's going to be in Richmond, Virginia. Go purchase your tickets. Platformbuildersummit.com. Go purchase your tickets. I'm telling you, you're going to want to be in the space. You're going to want to be in the space. And there is a early bird price of $175. And I got to tell you, peers, offering what I'm their tickets are their tickets are $900, $1,000, like, and I'm not even talking about VIP tickets. So this is a complete steal, and there's also a 3-pay option. So make sure you go register. And I also want to shout out, I put a post in the group shouting out Mary Boyd. No, not Mary Banks. Mary Banks, who is a community member. I follow her on Instagram, just won a $20,000 grant. Grant means she does not pay the money back. It's not a loan. It is a grant. The money is given to her. So shout out to her. And tagged on to that, I have a grant writer and a grant manager that is doing a session at the Platform Builder Summit. So I'll be I was like, oh, I just shouted out Mary about this grant. Let me bring this speaker on in. So I'll be sharing that speaker later this evening. But we have a session that is from a grant writer, grant manager, who has done this for 27 years. So we're really super excited about that. Yeah. It's gonna be, it's 5-star. Absolutely. Shout out to Gwen. Woohoo! We are excited. Yes. 27 years managing and writing grants as a full-time job, not a hustle or a side. Like, she gets paid as a full-time job to manage and write grants. So it's nothing but thebomb.com. All right, we're wrapping up. I'm gonna go out with I love just this video. This video is actually like a recap. Shout out to Kimmy James Photography. We flew to Florida. Well, you'll see LaShawanda in here for a retreat, an intimate retreat, this past October, November, 1st of November, in lieu of a conference last year. And so it just shares a little bit about why I am invested and believe in events. And I'll see you all later on the web. Bye. There is something incredibly powerful about women business owners and leaders connecting. I mean, really connecting. Yes, online networking is great and it's convenient. However, there is nothing like the energy and vibe of meeting in person. It cannot be replaced. If you thrive in community, I encourage you to connect with and pursue your tribe. Maybe that's with a group of friends. Perhaps that is a local networking event, or with women you connect with through a business program or cohort. Someone asked me, why do you host conferences and retreats and encourage your clients to do the same? I responded with a quote from event leader and small business advocate, Lauren Casilia. Your audience needs to know each other, and you need to be the connector. My hope for high-achieving women entrepreneurs is that they have a safe space to be heard, to be seen, and to be free. Bye.